Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we have a video from the channel called Watcher. If you've never been to their channel, they have a kind of like a really high-end like comedy type style stuff. They have a lot of things that you can do on their channel, but we are focusing on their puppet history series, where they go through some of the worst shit ever that's happened in history with the professor as a puppet, and they get a guest star on, and their main like control star Ryan is basically always screwed over. At least from what I can tell from the two episodes we've seen. Anyway, the first one we watched, which is this one, is the Disastrous 1904 Olympic Marathon. And man, I totally forgot how bad the Olympics were when they just had, first revived this effectively this series. I guess the world would probably be a bit of a different place if they could have figured out how to do a worldwide version of the Olympics like throughout the ages. But, I mean, up until like the last 150 years, it was a lot harder for news to travel. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, the original will be down in the description, and it was just awful. That's all there. It's just awful. I can't remember if someone died in this one. Anyway, I'll leave that with you. Real quick though, wasn't Watcher the channel one of the channels that tried to create their own fucking like subscription account and then got like blasted into the ground for it? Or was that a different channel?
Welcome to Puppet History Online University! Today we'll be taking an ever-winding look at yet another chapter in the heavy book we call history, while our guests ruthlessly compete for the coveted title of History Master. I am obviously your beloved host, the Professor! Ryan Bergar, are you ready?
Why?
You know what's really funny about like puppet things is there's been a lot of like really fucking messed up puppet shows. Like obviously there's Avenue Q, which is its whole own thing. But like Tara Strong was a part of a very like really like raunchy, horrible, messed up puppet series, which I thought was funny. And then there's been obviously, these guys potentially. Then there's just tons of random puppet series that are like that look wholesome and kid friendly and are fucking not in any way.
Is there no hat on that fuzzy blue nutsack ahead of yours?
I'm letting my dome breathe, bro.
I think it looks beautiful.
Thank you, Kristen. Speaking of which, Kristen Chirico, our special guest, are you ready?
I'm so ready!
Then let's crack in!
Yeah, apparently. Apparently,
All right, so
wears
before
that.
we get into this, you got some qualms with my fashion choices here?
Yeah, you look like you're in a Run DMC video.
I'm lean, I'm limber, I'm limbered up, I'm ready to go.
Are you supposed to be dressed like an Olympic athlete?
Yes!
Or a Russian mafia member.
Wait, was I right?
You were correct. Kristen gets a history point!
Yes!
There it is.
Well, on that topic, I'd love to know, what are your favorite Olympic sports?
Oh!
Let's see here. What are actually Olympic sports now? Like, didn't they add esports into the Olympics now? I swear they added esports into the Olympics. I mean, are we including only like the true Olympics from like what they actually used to run? Oh, they added breakdancing. That one actually I could see being an actual Olympic sport. That one does make sense to a degree. I mean, like, they added snowboarding, they added, I like some of the shooting ones, like, for instance, shooting in the Olympics, like, some of the Korean, shooters were, like, insanely good. Well, not just good, they looked fucking awesome, too. Like, some of the weapons they used were just crazy. There were a bunch of memes made for some of them, but, I don't know, I thought a lot of the newer stuff that they've been adding is pretty interesting. Oh, I'll give you a little fun thing. My dad held a state record for, that disc throwing thing? The discus? He held a state record for about 17 minutes or something like that, or 15 minutes. And then it was destroyed by one of his teammates. He's like, fuck. It was like ancient times back in the 70s and 80s.
What aren't my favorite Olympic sports?
Oh boy.
Swimming, gymnastics.
Sure.
I love track and field.
Yeah.
Women's volleyball.
Look, I think we need to have two separate sets of Olympics. We need the regular Olympics where you're not allowed to do drugs or have anything, like nothing performance enhancing. And then we need another set of Olympics where we give all of our crazy athletes as many performance enhancing things as humanly possible to see how far you could push them and hope they don't have heart attacks, while competing. Two different versions. Oh, no? Maybe that's just me.
Absolutely.
Some of the winter ones are fun, like ice skating and like the one where you're like skiing, but
skating's
you have a
interesting.
sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Skiing with a sniper rifle? That one sounds like an interesting one.
It's biathlon. It's part skiing, part shooting. All awesome.
That's an actual one? That's fantastic. Maybe I'll watch the Winter Olympics a little bit more.
There's nothing quite like the Olympic Games. Nations from every corner of the globe coming together every 2 years to put aside their differences and unite in a shared activity. Scolding Russia for pumping their athletes full of illegal drugs.
No, see, this is where you need two separate sets of Olympics. I mean, Russia might kill it if you if you give them the option for two different versions. I don't care what he approves of.
Drugs and the sports. Yeah, I'm taking Russia to task. I don't care.
They're gonna come for you.
Yeah, whatever. Come at me, Putin.
So wait, what does the jacket have to do with this? Is this a tracksuit?
This is more than just a tracksuit. Hang on a second.
Oh, is this a gymnastics suit? It's a gymnastics outfit.
It's a little onesie.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's great.
now it's less weird that you don't have pants on.
Well, the Olympics haven't always been a guaranteed rip-roaring great time. In fact, at the beginning of the 20th century, the world saw an Olympic Games that was such a catastrophe, it jeopardized the future of the event entirely. Today, we're talking about the Disastrous
Was it held in the U.S.? That sounds about right.
1904 St. Louis Summer Olympic Games.
Of course it was in fucking St. Louis.
Oh, I know about this. Is this the one where the guy...
Whoa. No spoilies, Kristen. But already impressed that you have a bit of a grasp on this one. So
Here comes
you
a
know
history
what?
point.
A history point for Kristen!
Yeah.
Oh, yay!
Shocker.
Wow.
It's like clockwork.
I haven't even opened my marker yet.
Exactly.
Around the dawning of
He's like, man, I'm going to get the shit kicked out of me in this one.
the 20th century, the International Olympic Committee was in a bit of a pickle. They'd recently revived the Olympic Games for the modern era with the intention to repeat the Games every 4 years as a big international spectacle. But they were only having middling success. How middling? Well, in 1900, the Games were held in Paris. And not only were they overshadowed by the World's Fair simultaneously occurring in the city, but they were
To be fair, the World's Fair around that time was fucking amazing.
pretty hilariously slapdash. Hurdles were built from broken telephone poles. Swimming events were held in the Seine River, whose strong French current propelled competitors to achieve superhuman times. What a mess.
Well, if there's anything to fall in the shadow of, it's the World Fair, baby. So cool.
Have you ever been to one?
No, but most of what we have today is based. Disneyland is like
boy,
for the
here
most
we
part. I don't
go.
know if Disneyland would exist if it wasn't for the World's Fair.
We don't need to get this one talking about Disneyland.
What's this channel again? Watcher, huh? All right. Definitely have to keep this one on the list. We should watch more puppet ones.
I can't go on any of the rides.
Oh, because you're too short.
I'm too small.
I mean, okay, to be fair, 90% of Disneyland is walking to various random spots and getting drunk off various new items that they've come up with. That's like the whole draw of Disneyland, eating food and getting drunk in a ton of different places. Oh, also every alcoholic drink there is $18 or more.
So, after a Parisian flop, how do you rustle up renewed public interest in the Olympic Games? With
There's a
little
storyline?
American razzle-dazzle. That's how. Whoa, trivia. And this should be an easy one
We'll have
because
to
I
keep that in
already
mind.
said a thing about it. What city did the IOC award the 1904 Olympics to? A.
St. Louis,
Chicago.
apparently?
B. St. Louis. Or C. Detroit.
I mean, you mentioned it like multiple times, right? It's St. Louis.
This is a trick question.
I'm not here to trick you. I'm here to go on a magical adventure with you all. Beef Boy, you got an answer for us?
Yeah, B. St. Louis. There you go.
Kristen.
I'm also gonna say B, St. Louis.
Oh, that's a
Is that a B?
great beef.
What in the? That looks like an ass crack.
It's like they tried to draw a D and it's like, oh shoot, maybe I'll just put a line in the middle of it here.
Now it does. No, well.
No.
Kind of no matter which way you do it, there, ass.
Points to neither of you, because it was a nasty little trick question. I'm a nasty little boy.
So, okay, so it ended up in St. Louis, but it was apparently awarded to a different city, huh?
Wow. Wow.
They actually picked Chicago. Huh? Yes. What? Well, let me explain. Organizers of the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair were nervous that a competing international event in the American Midwest, i.e. a Chicago Olympics, would hurt fair attendance. So obviously the powers that be in St. Louis started a scheming about how to swipe the games from the Windy City. What did...
I like how that shit is basically impossible to do now, because what happens is the moment any sort of like Olympic Games is in any city now, you basically have 4 to 8 years, give or take, depending on how you're kind of doing it, generally 4 years, right, to prepare for it. And you put in like $200 billion in infrastructure specifically to capitalize after the games. But you need the justification for that infrastructure to do it. If it's just ripped away from you willy-nilly and you've spent $150 billion already, you're basically fucked. So they made it more or less like impossible to strip that away from people now.
St. Louis do? A,
With a few
they halted
exceptions.
all railroad traffic passing through St. Louis bound for Chicago. B, they threatened to hold a competing sporting event. Or C, they sought help from a fickle genie who keeps making things worse no matter...
I mean, it probably is C, but I guess it would probably be A, because why would they threaten to hold the well, maybe, I don't know. See, the problem is, at the time, the Olympics they were probably not that big, right? In comparison, because they started in the 1900s, I think, right? Restarted in the 1900s. So it's still relatively new. This would be the second, maybe third time they did it, give or take. So B might still be accurate. I would have gone with A right off the bat, but B still might be accurate just for the fact that...
I don't think it's C, but I appreciate,
I mean, it
the
could be
whimsy.
C.
It's not whimsical. It's devastating. How you guys doing? You locked in?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Beef Boy, what do you got?
I got A for choo-choo train.
And Kristen?
I also have A for choo-choo train, because the trains that went through St. Louis were like critical to the economic infrastructure.
I mean, that's definitely most likely true, but I don't know.
The rest of the country.
I guess
Jelly
we'll stick
beans
with...
for neither of you!
Oh no!
St. Louis secured 6 million smackers in funding and went about persuading the Amateur Athletics Union to have their national track and field championships in
I mean, 6 million in 1904 is crazy.
Louis that summer. The prestige we now associate with the Olympics just wasn't there in 1904. So a hip, edgy
I don't
track
like jelly
and field
beans.
championship sponsored by the AAU would draw America's top athletes
I'm fucking awful with history anyway, and just general shit and everyday stuff, so this is great.
away from the Olympics.
Is AAU, is that the same thing that is the basketball organization today?
I don't fucking know.
I guess I figured you would do some research.
0 jelly beans for the professor.
Oh, look at him shake. Here comes the negative jelly bean. Give it
He
to
gets
me.
a rotten jelly bean!
Yeah.
A rotten jelly bean for the Beef Boy!
Why don't you give me one more, you coward?
2
You
rotten
little
jelly
blue
beans! Keep
coward.
pushing me! Keep
Yeah.
Chicago had its back against the wall and asked Baron Pierre de Coubertin, president of the IOC, founder of the modern Olympics, and proud papa of
Because he's negative.
one wonderful mustache, holy cow, what they should do.
That was a
Worried
good
about
mustache.
the future of his games, de Coubertin buckled to St. Louis's threat, and the Gateway City began preparing to host both a World's Fair and the Olympics. A surefire success, given how well it had gone over in Paris 4 years prior.
That sounds busy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Too busy.
Like, LA is supposed to get some Olympics soon, and everyone I've talked to is like, how about no?
How about no, Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if if LA could handle the Olympics just in general. LA doesn't seem to be able to handle normal day shit. Do you really think LA can actually handle the Olympics, like, on a grand scale? Okay, I mean, there's a lot of really bad choices for the Olympics in the U.S. You could pick LA, San Francisco, probably any major city, honestly, if you think about it. They're all shit in their own ways, but I guess one thing LA or San Francisco, San Diego, wherever big cities, San Jose potentially, and in California is, even if like the federal government doesn't like help them in any way, California itself would probably donate enough money internally to help for the Olympics, because it would make total sense from a California standpoint. And revenue-wise, California makes more money than like any other place. Well, one of the 4 top places in the fucking world, right? So, money-wise, they have money to fucking burn and throw at it. And maybe they could survive riots for a week. Or I guess it'd be a couple months.
Austin
Wow.
Powers.
Austin Powers, baby.
First to start was the World's Fair, opening in April of 1904, a few months before
World's
the
Fair is
Olympics
great.
were set to begin.
There's a lot
in
of cool
July.
videos about the
With
World's
nearly
Fair.
20 million people attending before it closed that December, the Louisiana Purchase Exposition sounds like it had all the things you'd expect from a World's Fair. The world's largest organ, the wood cabin Abe Lincoln grew up in, a whale skeleton, and plenty of new foods such as cotton candy and waffle cones. Imagine like a Six Flags, but you know, with more whale bones and racism. Now, if that doesn't
That's technically true.
sound like your cup of tea, good news. The Olympics were about to roll into St. Louis, but also bad news. These particular Olympics were absolute dog shit. Now, to give you some scope up top, in 2016, Brazil hosted the Olympic Games in Rio, which saw more than 11,000 athletes from 207 countries.
Didn't a shit ton of people die in the building of the of that version of the Olympics? I swear, it's like the amount of people that have died so far building that stupid fucking wall in Dubai. You know, the city that it's called the Line, right? There's been like 75,000 deaths or something crazy. It's probably not that high. We should check it out.
Compete. So, how many countries competed in the 1904 Olympics? And this is a free write.
Okay, so I guess I can't say A again.
Just think of a number, and that's your answer.
I don't know, like 12. I'm gonna say like 150 maybe. But let's knock that down to 68.
12.
Oh!
And Kristen?
I said 11!
Oh, shit.
Shit.
I'm Price is righted you!
Oh, god damn it.
You know what, Ryan? You're getting 2 jelly beans for nailing it.
What?
Say what you will about the show me state, but in 1904
12.
at least, seeing Missouri wasn't much incentive to figure out the logistics of getting your athletes across the ocean and then either up the
Right.
Mississippi or across the nation by railroad. Of the approximately 650 athletes, fewer than 100 were from outside of the U.S. And of those, half were Canadian. Not even Baron Pierre de Coubertin could be bothered to make the trek. Cool. Nice, dude. Presumably due to the low athlete count, participants could join some competitions at any time, even from off the street.
I'd hop in to do whatever they wanted me to do. Basketball, javelin toss. Pole vaulting would be really funny because there's a possibility the pole would snap and I'd break my neck.
That's a plus.
I was like, a lot of people would fucking die from that shit, right?
I mean, could you think of a more baller way to go out?
Yeah, living to your old.
Overrated.
Now, apart from low athlete attendance, these Olympics also saw some unusual sports. Americans swept the podium for tug of war. A diving competition called Plunge for Distance was basically just the game you play as kids where you jump into a pool and see how far down you can go without using your arms. It was also the last time
That's
golf,
interesting.
the most unusual sport, would be in the Olympics until the 2016 Rio Games. These were also the only games
Yeah, I don't even remember golf being anything recently, but then again, I don't remember the skiing with guns, so that's cool.
to feature something called roque. Explain to me the rules of roque.
Oh no, this is a free, is this?
You don't even have to write it. You can just try to explain it to me.
Okay, well, I will not go first.
Ryan, explain to me the rules of roque.
It's been a while since I've seen roque, so I got to
Put
think about it.
yourself in the mind of a roque player.
You know, roque is this game
True.
where you take a kind of substantial bouncy ball, almost like a medicine ball with a little bit more bounce,
Okay.
and you get one bounce, and it has to hit another contestant right in the nuts.
Oh.
Or you roque them in the nuts, as they would say on the street.
Roke
So,
them.
yeah, that's how you play roque.
Kristen?
I'm gonna guess that it's like kind of a biathlon type game where like you have to race somebody and at the end of the race you have to fight a person.
Oh.
So it's like sort of a racing fighting combination.
Unfortunately, neither of you have nailed it. It's sort of a weird mixture of croquet and billiards, like croquet with a shorter mallet and
That makes
walls
sense.
that you can bank shots off of.
It sounds like something you'd spend a lot of money on to be very bored.
Oh, for sure. You guys ever play croquet?
Yes.
No.
You've never played croquet?
I'm an Asian Hispanic man. I've never
I was
played
gonna say,
croquet.
you've never had a summer where your parents were like really sick of you and they were like, why don't we just throw $45 at the problem?
No, that's what lawn darts were created for. That killed a lot of kids.
Now, unfortunately for the folks at the IOC, as was the case in Paris, the Olympics were seen as more of a World's Fair sideshow than their own event. Newspaper coverage was spotty at best, and the fair itself had its own sporting competitions. So while the Olympics as a whole were a complete embarrassment, the running of the 1904 Olympic Marathon deserves special attention.
Yes, it
Kristen,
does.
is this heading in the direction that you'd prefer it to?
Yes, it is.
As long as this ends with a brown medal, I'm good.
A brown medal?
It's when a marathon runner poops their pants while they're running.
Yeah, that's true. Why don't we start with the marathon course, which might best be described as sadistic. There were a total of 7 hills, each between 100 to 300 feet high. Some of the
Okay.
roads were strewn with cracked stones, while others were covered in inches of dust. The course wasn't closed, meaning runners had to dodge traffic and
Yes. The traffic, though, probably wasn't quite as fast at the time.
even trains. Some cars with trainers and coaches drove alongside the runners, kicking dust up into clouds that runners would then breathe in. The race
Okay, the amount of people that probably did this shit to be assholes is probably pretty fucking high.
also happened to start at 3:03 p.m. on an August day in the humid and 90-degree St. Louis summer air.
Okay, that right there is hell. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why wouldn't you start in the morning? Seriously, what the fuck? Maybe they just expect people not to be up.
On top of all these conditions, organizers tossed in one extra wrinkle. What was the dumbest thing about the 1904 Olympic Marathon? A, it was 15 miles longer than any previous marathon. B, runners were allowed and even encouraged to trip one another. Or C, runners weren't allowed to
Probably
drink
C.
water.
Oh, I don't know this one. Oh, man.
That's okay. Sometimes you just gotta guess.
I'm gonna say C.
Ryan, what you got?
I'll go with C, no agua.
Kristen,
I'm gonna go with B, tripping. B, tripping.
there you go. We've got a little skit for you now. Whoa!
Oh, and then he died.
Good day to you, James Sullivan, my boss and organizer of the 1904 Olympic Games. Ah, little assistant boy, you've caught me in a good mood. The plans are all set, and I have no doubt these will be the finest Olympic Games the world will ever see. Maybe, though I do have one last question about your plans for the marathon. Oh, is it the 7 brutal hills? Do you think we need more? No. Is
Yes.
it the cracked stones that runners will have to dance amongst like merry minstrels? Are the stones not large enough? No, sir, the stones are fine. Well, then what can it be? Out with the boy! Don't you think the runners need, like, water? Bah! To you, bah! We are testing the limits of the human body, the effects of purposeful dehydration. If those greedy runners want water, they can get some from the water tower at mile 6. Or at mile... Fuck... sir, I need some water myself. Hang on.
Jesus Christ, get it together.
I'm bound back now.
Hoist it on your own petard.
Yes, yes. Oh, the roadside
Yeah, water makes sense because a lot of organizers are gonna be like, they'll be fine. It's only a little bit of a run.
well located somewhere around mile 12. That's it? What if somebody dies? Well, then they'll have died for sport and for science.
I think my answer would have been better.
I have to disagree. I think the answer that was best was the one that actually happened.
You're just saying that because you got points.
I don't think tripping would have actually ever made sense in any general. You're allowed to fucking trip people. Fuck that.
Yeah, right. Oh, here we go.
Oh, is it? You're back? Is he back? Where are you? I miss your little outfit. Where is?
Hi.
Oh, hey, hi.
Point to Ryan on that one.
Wow.
Well, there you go. James Sullivan's experiment had 32 test subjects, the 32 competitors in the marathon, which included 10 Greek men who had never run a marathon before.
Oh,
Let's
God.
meet some of our intrepid athletes. There was John Lorden, who had won the previous year's Boston Marathon and so could have been considered a favorite for the Olympic marathon. Anyone placing a bet on Lorden, however, was quickly disappointed as he started blowing chunks and dropped out within the first half mile.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just thinking, the thing I like
I was like, that may have actually been good for him. I don't know, unless he died from that.
about your little outfit the best is that it's actually a ladies' gymnast uniform.
I wear what feels good, and I like to express myself via my clothing.
I'm here for it, and I'm happy to be.
What is he doing right now?
I'm just feeling myself over here, you know?
He's dancing, love him, or die.
Joining Lorden in the Did Not Finish Club was William Garcia of California, who at one point collapsed on the side of the road. Garcia was taken to the hospital and almost died with an esophagus coated in dust and hemorrhaging from a ripped stomach lining.
Holy shit.
How do you rip your stomach lining?
Perhaps
The dust might have had some fucking rocks and shit in it.
the only feather in this marathon's cap was that it featured the first ever Olympians from the continent of Africa. Lean Tauyane and John Masiane of the Tswana tribe of South Africa were performers at the World's Fair, participating in a recreation of the Boer War. The men were well prepared both for the recreation and the marathon as they had served in the actual Boer War as dispatch runners. Tauyane
Interesting.
finished 9th.
Nice.
But what happened to Masiane?
Uh-oh.
A, he was chased off course by a dog. B, he was struck by a milk truck. Or C, he tripped while crossing over a bridge and had to swim to the other side.
I don't know. That could be like legit any of them. Let's go with C.
All right. Sure. I'm just taking a shot in the dark here.
All right, Ryan, what do we got?
I'm gonna go with A, chased off the course by a dog.
It
Kristen?
could be
I'm gonna
3,
also
technically.
say A, chased by a dog, because I know somebody was chased off the course by a dog.
Points to you both. A dog chased him for a whole mile.
Holy
Damn.
shit.
Masiane still finished the race, but we'll check back in with him later to see how he did.
He was able to outrun a dog for a full mile?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's fucking
So
insane.
whose dog was it?
Maybe it's just a really fat dog.
Was it a stray dog?
Yeah, I mean, it's the early 1900s. I bet there's street dogs everywhere. Another racer, 5-foot-tall Cuban mailman, Felix Carvajal, had earned money to pay his own way to the Olympics by showing off his running abilities around Cuba, even trotting the entire length of the island.
Nice.
When he arrived in New Orleans, however, he lost all of his money gambling, which meant he had to walk and hitchhike the
That sounds like fucking New Orleans. The moment you end up in New Orleans, you just lose everything.
more than 600 miles to St. Louis. Carvajal arrived at the race shortly before it began, wearing a white long-sleeved shirt, long dark pants, street shoes, and a beret. Whoa! Those being his only clothes, that was what he raced in.
Yes.
Ain't that like the Big Easy?
Yes.
Carvajal was also famished. At one point, he stopped a car and asked for some peaches that the occupants were enjoying. When the riders refused, the rascally racer stole some anyways. What happened to Felix next? A, he was arrested mid-race for thievery. B, he stole some more fruit. C, he fell in love.
Wait.
I guess we'll go with A on this one. Knowing my luck, it's absolutely going to be fucking
I don't
B.
think you fell in love. Although
You
that
don't
is-
know.
I don't know anything.
Are we locked in?
Let's do it.
I guess so.
Ryan, what do you got?
I got A for arrested.
Okay. Kristen?
I got A for
Okay.
abolish the police.
Okay, yeah, sure. No history points for that one, unfortunately. You know what they say about St. Louis produce. Yummy!
So he just stole more fucking produce, huh?
Along the side of the road were some apple orchards, and still hungry after his peaches, Felix decided to grab some. Unfortunately, the apples gave him a grumbly little tum-tum, and attempting to alleviate the painful cramps that resulted, Felix laid down and took a nap.
Brown medal!
What?
Oh, I thought this was the brown medal.
Oh, no, no, no. As we learned from the tortoise and the hare, while taking a nap doesn't help one's chances of winning a race, it is not a disqualifying action. we'll check back in with
Yeah, but he stole, so he just wasn't arrested for that. I mean, it was a couple of pieces of fruit, right? So
Felix later. Among the
Probably wouldn't
American
have been
racers
arrested for
was
it anyway.
Boston brass worker Thomas Hicks. Thomas was one racer who had a training team riding alongside him during the race. In fact,
Interesting.
it was his training team from whom Felix Carvajal stole his peaches. While not pleased about losing their peaches, the training team had something
funny.
else besides stone fruit for their man Hicks. What performance-enhancing drink did Hicks trainers give him? A. Ocean water. B. New England clam chowder.
Ugh.
Or C. Egg whites and rat poison.
probably C.
Ryan, what do you got?
B, chowder.
You're a chowderhead, huh?
I'm willing to lose for that one because I love me some fucking
I
clam
love a
chowder.
chowder.
Why do you like liquid fish?
Oh, it's so good. You put the little oyster.
I mean, if you think about it, clam chowder may actually be the right answer, just for the fact that it's would be potentially like more protein kind of a thing. So maybe they're thinking it might give more energy. But I personally like C.
Crackers in it.
Ooh, I love a chowder.
I mean, if it's a liquid soup,
Kristen, what'd you put?
Can I go? Is it time?
Yeah. What do you
Yeah,
I
got?
want C.
yeah.
I want C
Sorry,
to be it.
we were at a chowder trance.
Gotta be
there.
rat poison.
I put C. I put C.
Those keep ending up upside down. Point to Kristen.
Yay!
Of course, it was
Hicks
rat
trainers gave
poison.
him a combination of egg whites and strychnine. While he
I mean, there was that guy who drank radioactive water for like, I forgot how many years. It was like 2 to 4 years or something like that, and then his jaw fell off. So, if anyone ever wanted to know why they created the FDA and why it's so fucking strict on some of the dumbest shit possible, it's because of dumb shit like this.
he was running a marathon in 90-degree heat.
Is this back when doctors were just like, listen, we've invented tons of drugs and we don't know what to do with any of
Yep.
them?
It feels like a weird thing to just pull out and test in the moment. This feels like something you should have tested before the
Yep.
race, maybe.
It very much feels
It was most likely was on basically like a regimen of this shit.
like a situation of them just looking in their bag to see what they have.
We got a secret weapon. The only secret about it is we don't know what it does.
Miraculously, it did not kill him, but we will check in with him later. While all the racers were slogging through this absolute hell, a little more than a third of the way through the marathon, New York bricklayer Fred Lors adopted a strategy that gave him a leg up on his competition. What did Lors do? A. He started riding in a car. B. He took a shortcut that shaved almost 4 miles off the course. Or C. He started drinking water. Duh.
I'm gonna guess he got in a car.
Are we locked in?
Yeah.
Ryan, what do you got?
I put A, he hitched it. He hitchhiked away.
Love it. And Kristen?
I got B for shortcut.
Around mile 9, Lors started to cramp up. To try to relieve these cramps, Lors hopped into a car and rode for 11 miles.
Yes.
Point to Ryan. Lors wasn't particularly shy about his tactic either, waving at spectators and fellow runners from the automobile.
Oh, that's amazing.
Fellow runners?
He was just waving at people as he blew past them in a car.
I love that.
The fact that someone else is like, hell yeah, we'll help you cheat. Hop right in.
Eventually, Lors hopped out of the car and ran the final 5 miles, crossing the finish line first, to understandably tremendous applause. After all, an American had won! Hooray! Most of the
That does sound like something an American would do. Doesn't matter the century.
crowd had no way of knowing that he had done so by running only about 14 miles of the race. Alice Roosevelt, daughter of President Theodore Roosevelt, placed a wreath upon Lors' cheating head and was about to drape the gold medal around his cheating neck when finally someone who knew of Lors' treachery shouted, "Imposter!" In response, it sounds like Lors kind of just shrugged and said he was only goofing, that he was never going to actually accept a gold medal. Sure. Understandably, the crowd's cheers turned into hearty and deserved boos.
I mean, it's like objecting to a wedding.
It's just a prank, bro.
With Lors disqualified, who won the 1904 Olympic Marathon? A, was it John, the Boer War veteran who was chased by dogs?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Felix, the fruit-napping napper? Or C, Hicks, the rat-poisoned?
Probably A, because I think Felix was passed out with a stomach cramp. I doubt he woke up in time. I mean, maybe rat poison didn't fucking kill him, but I'm going to say A. Well, yeah, but only it would absolutely make you a faster runner, right? But, I mean, the problem is, like, did you stay on track the whole time? To be fair, he was only chased for a mile. How long was this thing again? Like, fucking 20 miles for some reason? Damn it, it's probably going to be C. Okay, I'm going to say no to B. I'm going to go with C, Mr. fucking rat poison. Because there's a decent chance that he, the rat poison may not have affected him quite enough. I can't remember. Does strychnine have an additional, like, temporary effect? Damn. I guess the big thing is 1904, right? It's a blood thinner. That would. I can't remember. Would that actually help with oxygen? The ability to get more oxygen into your blood, technically. I can't remember that doesn't sound right. That's probably wrong. That's probably the opposite of what I'm thinking. But the only thing is, like, 1904. You know, every would they have allowed Jan to win? That's what I'm thinking. Try it at home, kids. I don't know. I'm gonna say C, but there's a pretty decent chance it was Jan. But I'm gonna say C.
Worker. What do you got, Ryan?
B, Felix.
Kristen.
I'm gonna say A, the guy who was chased by dogs.
Interesting. Well, I guess we're about to find out. Whoa!
Well, here he comes, limping into the stadium like some sort of mechanical piece of machinery, scarcely able to lift his legs and with barely any signs of life in his eyes. It's Thomas Hicks, aided by yet another dose of egg whites and strychnine being carried by that shady training team of his feet slowly shuffling back and forth. He's done it, he's won, and he's collapsed. He's lost 8 pounds during the race and has...
Okay, so did he actually win, or was he actually disqualified again? So, like, did the strychnine really, like, so eggs make kind of sense to give you potentially more energy, right? It's a liquid in most cases. I guess it depends on if they were, like, boiled or whatnot. But it seems, yeah, like, obviously from here, it's showing that, you know, he won, right?
rat poison coursing through his veins, but we'll see if we can get an interview with him.
Thomas, what say you?
The hospital.
The terrific hills simply tear a man to pieces.
Points to nobody, by the way. And that is an actual quote from him.
I love it. It's poetic.
As for the others, John got back on course and finished 12th, while
Nice.
Felix, the napping fruit napper, went on to finish 4th, believe it or not.
What? How? How the fuck did he finish? I guess he got food, right? You know?
In total, only 14 of the 32 runners would even cross the finish line. James Sullivan's barbaric marathon was
He
a
had the
total
extra energy,
failure
yeah.
and a perfect symbol of the St. Louis Olympics as a whole.
What was gained by this?
Not much.
Just kind of seems like a bunch of guys just made a lot of bad memories.
Look, hills are very tough. I ran up a hill going up La Cienega the other day, and I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah.
And I didn't even have rat poison in me.
Instead
I mean-
of sitting with the taste of the St. Louis games in their mouths,
I walked around Disney a bunch, and I fucking thought I was gonna die when I got a blister the size of a quarter and still had to work for 3 days. Maybe it's just 'cause I'm out of shape,
for
though.
4 years, an extra Olympics was held in Athens in 1906 in an attempt to repair the damage done to the Olympics' reputation. 20 nations participated, and the Intermediary Games helped salvage the idea of an international athletics competition, paving the way for the much improved 1908 London Olympics. But boy, oh boy, will we never
Woo.
forget that sexy St. Louis summer full of peaches, poison, and internal hemorrhaging. Well, that concludes our history lesson. I'm gonna go tally the scores to see who receives the coveted cup and the title of History Master. While I do that, please enjoy this special performance from the Olympic Torch. Wow, a celebrity. Whoop.
She's so fucking happy.
That's pretty good.
That was a good puppet.
I have awoken from my 4-year slumber.
Look at his little face.
The time has finally come to play the games of old. There's medals to be won. Can you attain the goal? Each country sends their best to put the medal to the test.
There's always a song on each episode. That's great. I don't know why. Like, that's just, this would be like something perfect to add to the end of every internet historian video as well.
How far would you go to prove your nation beats the rest? Would you run and run and run till blood fills up your lungs?
Doesn't this feel like... This legit feels like an internet historian video, too. Obviously, there's a lot of things along the same categories, but, like, I would love to see them add random fucking songs like this shit to their videos as well.
Would you steal some fruit to eat and never do that choking heat?
It's gotta be like spoken song, by the way. It can't be like actual music.
Find those dusty hills, chicken eggs and poison pills. Let a dog tear you apart. Would you get hit by a car?
I mean, this also kind of feels like any sort of brew video. We should definitely watch a brew video
Sounds like a Pepsi
as well
commercial.
today.
You must sacrifice all for a little
7:51.
not
I
done.
I'm not sure how much time we
douse
have.
my hellish flame with your subservient sweat and return to the dreamless slumber that offers me the only respite from the wretched waking life of an anthropomorphic torch. A pox upon the being that cursed me with sentience. And would you break all of your bones for a parade when you get home?
I mean, I don't know if I consider this a music reaction. We do a lot of like, this is more like talking words with light music in the background, kind of. Because it's like the same part, kind of like on repeat.
Would you scoop out both your eyes just to win that fucking prize?
What was that last part? Who lost their eyes in this one?
There's no such thing as second place. You'd be a national disgrace. Break your body, sell your soul. You better get that fucking gold.
This is a horrifying song.
That's a great talking song. I love it.
Great.
Gotta get the gold. Get the gold.
See, I could do,
Every
I
one
could
of
do
his
songs like
songs this
this.
season has had his characters have an existential crisis in the middle of the song.
I feel like that's every single song ever, and that's what makes them good.
Oh, wow, what a harrowing performance from that torch. He seems
Yeah.
like he should talk to somebody.
Yeah, I
Yeah, it
was
seems
a little
like
worried
it.
about
Just
him,
a
but
bit.
He was a bop.
Now, you guys are going to believe this. I am shocked to report that Kristen Jericho is our history master, and so she has rightfully earned the coveted cup.
Yeah,
Ryan,
makes
thanks
sense.
for trying.
It makes
Kristen,
sense.
Oh, I thought Ryan kind of came back from that.
go claim your reward.
Wait, what?
Are you proud of yourself?
I am, every week.
Wait, oh.
What's this really about?
Huh?
You know exactly what I'm talking about, you little
don't.
blue piece of...
Little piece of what, huh? Why'd you say it?
I don't think I need to say it.
Sounds like you're afraid.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm afraid.
Hey, Kristen.
Oh, she's back. Hey, Kristen, how's it going? Congrats.
I like how there's this like back and forth like fucking threat in the
Just
background.
being fun, being pals
Yeah,
over
that's
here.
good.
Look at this little, he's got the jelly bean.
Oh, that's
Got it
cute. It
all.
looks
Well,
like
you
a lot
have
of care
very
put
much
into it.
deservedly
I get
won
a
that.
professor pin?
Absolutely.
man.
That's
That's
much
good.
better than money.
Thank you for watching Puppet History. We'll see you next week.
Oh, cool thing. Actually, let's finish this off real quick.
He's a dead man.
It's a dead man. Obviously, if you haven't been there, go to the Watchers page and subscribe to them.